The USA survived Bosnia, and they did it a man down. Their key striker, Folarin Balogun, was sent off, and they still won 2-0. Now comes the bigger test, Belgium. This is the round of 16, and the USA is 90 minutes away from the World Cup quarterfinals. Win, and they reach the last 8 teams left in the World Cup. Lose, and the run is over. No draw, no second chance. So if you're new to soccer and you've been swept up in this run, stay with me. In the next few minutes, I'll show you what the round of 16 actually means, why Belgium is so dangerous, the one big problem the USA has to solve, and exactly what to watch for, so you can follow every moment like you've done this for years. Let's start with the basics, because the tournament just changed completely. The group stage was forgiving. Every team played 3 games, and even if you lost one, you could still move on. That is over. We are now in the knockout rounds, and the rule is brutally simple. Win and you advance. Lose and you are out. Eliminated. Done. The USA already came through the first knockout round, the round of 32, by beating Bosnia. Now they are in the round of 16, which means 16 teams are left, and the USA is one of them. From here, the bracket cuts in half each round. 16 become 8 in the quarterfinals, 8 become 4 in the semifinals, and the last 2 meet in the final. So every game from now on is win or go home. That is why the pressure feels completely different, and why these are the most exciting games you'll watch all year. Here's the first thing that trips up new fans. In the group stage, a game could end in a tie, and both teams got a point. In the knockout rounds, there are no ties. Somebody has to win. So what happens if the score is level after the usual 90 minutes? First, they play extra time. That's 2 extra periods of 15 minutes each, so 30 more minutes of soccer. If a team is ahead at the end of extra time, they win. But if it's still level, the game goes to a penalty shootout. In a shootout, players take turns shooting from the penalty spot, 1-on-1 against the goalkeeper. 5 kicks each to start, and whoever scores more wins. If it's still tied after that, it goes 1 for 1 until someone misses. Penalty shootouts are the most nerve-wracking few minutes in all of sports, and they decide a lot of knockout games. Chat, what do you think? Does this end in 90 minutes, or are we going all the way to penalties? In fact, the team the USA is about to play just went all the way to the last minute of extra time in their last game. More on that in a second. So, what's actually on the line? If the USA beats Belgium, they reach the quarterfinals, the final 8 teams left in the World Cup. That alone would be a huge achievement for this team. From there, the winner goes to the semifinals, and then maybe the final. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, because standing in the way is one of the most experienced teams in this whole tournament. To understand why this game is so hard, you need to know who Belgium is, and what they just did. Belgium is not a surprise team. For years, they've been one of the best national teams in the world, full of players who star for the biggest clubs in Europe. But here's the stat that should worry USA fans. In their last game, Belgium was losing to Senegal 2-0 with only about 5 minutes left. Most teams would have been eliminated right there. Belgium was not. They scored twice in the final minutes to force extra time, and then won it on a penalty in the 125th minute. One of the latest and most dramatic goals you'll ever see in a knockout game. Think about what that tells you. This is a team that does not panic and does not quit, even when everything is going wrong. Their big threat up front is Romelu Lukaku, a powerful striker who's scored goals at the highest level for over a decade. And in midfield, Yuri Tielemans, the man who scored that winning penalty, pulls the strings. So the USA isn't just facing a talented team. They're facing a team that just proved it will fight until the literal last second. Now let's talk about how this game will actually be won or lost, in plain terms. Every soccer game is a battle of styles. The USA's strength is energy. They like to press, which just means chasing hard to win the ball back quickly, then attacking fast before the other team can get set. When it works, it forces mistakes and it's thrilling to watch. Belgium's strength is the opposite. They're patient and experienced. They keep the ball, they wait, and they punish you the moment you switch off. So the key battle is this. If the USA can turn the game into a fast, chaotic, high-energy fight, that favors them. If Belgium can slow it down into a calm, controlled game, that favors Belgium. Here's a simple thing to watch early. Is the game frantic and end-to-end, or slow and patient? Whoever controls that pace is usually winning the battle, even before any goals go in. Keep your eye on it, and you'll understand the game on a deeper level than most people watching. So, what does the USA have going for them? Their single biggest strength in this tournament has been resilience. This is a team that does not fold under pressure. You saw it in the last game. They went down to 10 men when their striker was sent off, a situation that breaks a lot of teams. Instead, the USA dug in, defended together, and actually scored again to win 2-0. That takes real character. A lot of that steel comes from the midfield, the engine room in the middle of the field. Players like Malik Tillman, who curled in a beautiful free kick to seal that last game, give the USA quality and calm when it matters most. Add a loud, home country crowd behind them, and you've got a team that's very hard to beat when the game gets tight. Belief and togetherness can sound soft, but in knockout soccer, they win games. Now the hard part, and it's the biggest story going into this game. The USA's key striker, Folarin Balogun, will not play against Belgium. And this is the perfect moment to explain one of soccer's most important rules for new fans. In the last game, Balogun was shown a red card. A red card is the most serious punishment a referee can give. Get one, and you're immediately kicked out of that game, and your team plays the rest of the match with one fewer player, 10 instead of 11. But the punishment doesn't stop there. A red card also means a suspension, which means you automatically miss your team's next game too. So, because Balogun was sent off against Bosnia, he is banned from playing against Belgium. Why does that matter so much? Because he's the USA's main goal scorer, the guy they count on to finish their chances. Losing him is like a basketball team losing its leading scorer right before the biggest game of the season. So, the huge question for the USA's coach is simple. Who steps up to replace him? It might be another forward, like Ricardo Pepi, or the USA might change their whole approach and attack in a different way. Chat, who should start up front? Pepi, or should the USA change the format? Watch how they line up at kickoff. How the USA solves the Balogun problem might decide this entire game. Let's make this easy with a short list of names, so you sound like you know exactly what's going on. For the USA, watch Christian Pulisic, their captain and biggest star, the player most likely to create a moment of magic. Watch Malik Tillman in midfield, who's in great form. And watch whoever starts up front in place of Balogun, because that player has a golden chance to become a national hero. For Belgium, keep your eye on Romelu Lukaku, their powerful striker who is always a threat near goal, and Yuri Tielemans, the calm midfielder who just scored the winner in their last game. In knockout soccer, one of these players taking over can decide the whole match on their own. That's what stars do. Okay, here's your simple watch-along checklist. Take a screenshot of this checklist because it will help you follow the game tonight. Keep it in your head during the game. Good signs for the USA. 1. The game is fast and chaotic, full of energy. That's the USA's kind of game. 2. They're winning the ball high up the field and creating chances. 3. The crowd is loud and the USA looks confident. Now the trouble signs. 1. Belgium is keeping the ball for long stretches, and the USA is just chasing it. 2. The game is slow and calm, played at Belgium's pace. 3. And this is the big one. Remember that Belgium never quits. If the USA is winning, the game is not over until the final whistle. Belgium was 2 goals down last time and still won. So do not relax, even with a lead. If you're seeing the good signs, feel good. If you're seeing the trouble signs, that's when the USA needs their crowd and their character the most. So when and where can you watch it? The USA plays Belgium on Monday, July 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. The game is in Seattle, at Lumen Field, so the USA will have a massive home crowd behind them. Set a reminder, round up some friends, and give yourself a few extra minutes at the start so you don't miss the anthems and the build-up, which are part of the fun. And remember, because this is a knockout game, it could run long. If it goes to extra time and penalties, you might be watching for well over 2 hours. So settle in. Before I give my honest prediction, lock in your score prediction in the chat. Now, an honest prediction And I do mean honest. On paper, Belgium may be the favorite. They have more big game experience, and the USA is missing their top scorer. On paper, Belgium has the edge. But here's why this is still a real toss-up. The USA is at home. They're full of belief, and knockout soccer is famous for shocks. One moment of magic, one great goalkeeper save, one lucky bounce, and the favorite goes home. That's the beauty of it. Anything can happen in a single game. So I'm not going to tell you the USA will win. I'm going to tell you they have a real chance, and that this is going to be a fantastic game to watch. That's the honest truth. If this helped you understand the game, do 2 quick things. First, subscribe, because I break down every big World Cup moment in plain English. No jargon, no assumptions, just simple explanations for new fans. And second, if you want a free 1-page cheat sheet with the rules, the format, and what to watch for, I've made one for you. Grab the free beginner guide with the link in the description, or scan the code on your screen. Now go enjoy the game. The USA is 90 minutes, and maybe a little more, away from the quarterfinals. Let's see what happens.